Okay. We shall call to order. All right, we're gonna do the Pledge of Allegiance. There's a big crowd here today. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All righty, we'll do a roll call. Mr. Gary Myers. Here. Heather J.
Yes.
Myself here. Heather D.
Present.
And Brian.
Here.
Why did I get a blank on that one? Okay, approval of the agenda. Everybody get a chance to look at it?
I'll move to approve the agenda as presented.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Last month's minutes.
I had to make a quick adjustment, a quick change on these minutes. It was just saying who approved the minutes of them, but I think everybody has the ones without this change on them, so I printed them out.
Okay.
It's a very minor change, but in case everybody wants to have a copy of them. I forgot to put who approved the minutes at that meeting. It was just listing the board minutes in there, so.
And I just noticed that the agenda only has the December 10th minutes.
You know what? You're right.
So
I just saw
Let's
that.
add the December 18th
December
minutes.
18th minutes, which I think is in here.
Yeah, they're in
Yes.
the packet, it's just not on the agenda.
I will make a motion to approve the minutes for both the 10th and the 18th.
I'll support.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
It's approved. Okay, so we are going to head to the treasurer report.
Okay. Our December 1st, 2024 general fund beginning balance was $976,867.36. Revenues totaled $68,185.45. Expenditures totaled $61,086.16, leaving an ending balance of $983,966.65. Does anyone have any questions? Okay.
Motion to accept.
So the treasurer's report doesn't have to be accepted, it just is what it is, so. Just
What
gets
the
Okay.
bank account says, right?
Right, yep.
Okay, and then we're gonna go to disbursements.
Nothing out of the usual. I did pay for our fire contracts this month, but that'll be at next month's meeting, so it'll be a bigger one, but nothing out of the norm.
I'll make a motion that we pay all the regular bills for the month of January.
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Approved. All right, and now we go to the correspondence, which is the planning and zoning annual report. And that will be turned over to Ms. Lorraine.
Okay, the annual report tells you what the planning commission did throughout the last year, how many hearings we had, zone changes, that kind of thing. Then you also have the zoning report for the year, the number of zoning permits, enforcement inspections, and then a lot of what we finished up last year was the master plan. And you also got a copy of our beautiful new master plan.
It's nice, I like it.
Took over a year to get it all finished, but I'm pretty proud of it. There's all new colored maps we didn't have before. There's a lot of good information. If anybody wants to know what what the future plan is tentatively. It's not set in stone, but it's a recommendation. When we get zone change applications or anything, this is our guide to approving those, so. That's that. Any questions?
Just a comment, this is absolutely amazing. So thank you to all the people that's worked on it and the people that dedicate their valuable time, and this is, yes, you should be proud of it, this is
Yeah,
a
this
great.
is-
Yeah, the
This is
planning commissioner has
outstanding.
worked hard on it. Kudos to Andy, he designed the front cover. So, yeah,
Good job,
it's a
Andy.
good document.
Go, Andy, go.
Very professional.
Yeah, this is gonna be extremely helpful.
Yes.
Okay. I don't have anything more. Do you?
Nope, I don't have any questions. Good job, Lorraine.
All right. So we got, public comments on the agenda items. Any comments? People? I guess that's a no.
Yeah.
So we will move right on to new business of the zoning ordinance, which is again Lorraine.
That's why I'm staying.
Yep.
I think I talked about this earlier, but this is for adoption. The planning commission had a public hearing, so it's up to the board to approve it or send it back for changes. There's 2 copies for you. One has all the new language in bold, plus strikeouts of anything that is removed. Moving of buildings is a whole new ordinance, so there's something on the books that tell people what the township requires when they want to move a building in. The sign ordinance has new language for electronic signs. Group daycare homes, we took out the language about inspections being conducted by the township because they're regulated and inspected by the state, so. And we also had a public hearing on that. Recommendation was to send to the board for approval.
I'll make a motion that we accept the planning commission's recommendation to approve ordinance number 2025-01.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 It's approved.
Thank you.
All right, now we're looking for the approval of the senior millage plan for 2025. We actually did well. I think they bumped us over a couple grand this year.
Yeah, it was 15 something last year. I can't remember the exact number. And now
We're at
it's
17, almost
17,091,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
So
a pretty
that's
good
good.
little bump, and it's gonna allow us to do a few more things that I think is gonna turn out real well. I think everybody's got a copy of it. The apple bags, of course, we're gonna do again because that was just a huge success. The food bags, the one thing we kinda did was we bumped everything a little bit to give it a little more breathing room. And then the one thing we came up with, and we're really hoping it goes well, I can't see why it wouldn't, was instead of trying to make more bags of this, bags of that, we took and we actually, we had about, by the time we got done with what we wanted to do, we had about 4,000 still to work with. And actually Lorraine came up with a great idea, and we decided we're gonna go to Russ's and talk to them and get $220 gift certificates or gift cards, so that each senior citizen or senior that comes in, they can get a gift card, go down, have a nice meal, relax. You know, we picked Russ's because it's kind of a more relaxing atmosphere. And I don't think we're gonna we're gonna see how it plays out. I'm trying to talk to Russ and see if they'll kick in a couple more just by buying that volume. But I don't think we'll have to just see, but we're not really trying to plan that like we do the bag with just one per household. You know, because you come in with your spouse and go eat together, you know. So hopefully, maybe if we can get Russ to kick in some, we'll have enough to spread them out and everybody will get one, you know, and just give them whatever they decide to just go out and have a nice little quiet meal together. So that's about the main thing, and like I said, everything else is kind of the same. The book club, we bumped that a little bit. The events out, you know, the bingo and stuff out there, we bumped that so we could buy more prizes and more snacks and drinks and stuff like that. The apples, we bumped that so that we try to get, you know, a bigger volume because them go real well. And then the food bags, we went a different route, and we may have put ourselves into more work by generating the possibility of like a small bag around Thanksgiving, what you would have for your Thanksgiving meal. A small bag around Christmas, what you would have for your Christmas meal. And then the regular one bag that we always do. So hopefully we can incorporate all that and it comes through without too much chaos. But that was my layout for the 2025 millage. Any comments, questions?
So after the board approves it, then it goes to our county commissioner?
I gotta send it to the commissioners. I got an email to send it to. They look at it again, make sure that we're not misusing the
Yeah,
funding.
they approve it and then,
They approve it, and hopefully, like you said, about April or so, we get the check and we can start having some fun with
Yep.
it.
Sounds good.
So that all comes from the county then?
It's, so there's
that
a
a
senior
federal?
millage, it's on, you'll notice it on your property tax bill.
Okay.
And the townships each get a portion of that to use however we see fit for our people.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah.
Each township gets a different amount, and I think
Yeah, it's based on
it's
population.
popular.
What are
for,
the
population.
requirements to, like you said, the gift cards, what are the requirements to get the gift
You
cards?
just have to be
You
over
have to be 60 or over.
Yeah.
Anything that pertains to this is for a senior, it's 60 and over.
Right.
Okay.
Like if we wanted to have
As long as they're living in the township.
Right, they
a
have to be a
township
resident.
But like I said, if we wanted to have a little bingo, ice cream, popcorn thing out there, we can only use this money if we designate it for 60 and over.
Right.
So that's the thing about this money. We can't just use it to have a bingo thing. It's got to be designated for the seniors.
I don't think a lot of our residences realize we have this program. I know, I seen the millage thing on there before, but I didn't know exactly what it was until right now.
Honestly, I think it's becoming quite known.
Is
I
it?
mean,
Good.
from what I understand with the amount of the apples and I think people are starting to understand what this actually is.
It's a big hit. It goes over very well.
Yeah.
Is it kind of like a food truck that they send the churches to then, or?
Similar, the group puts it all together in here, then you come pick it up, and like the apples this year were a different mix, I believe, is what Mom told me, from different areas around here.
It was
It's put on our website well in advance, then the day of and such. I think we posted on the doors, but and when they've done some events out in the pavilion and stuff. It's a very good, very welcomed resource that we have.
Sounds wonderful.
It is. It's went really
Yeah,
good.
it sounds wonderful to me.
What he was trying to say with what he's doing, it's gonna be a little bit more work for us, and that's fine. I can
Yeah,
volunteer some
it's
extra
just
time to
these
help
extra
because
bags is
everybody that
put them
gets
It's
this
fun.
loves it.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
fun.
It's fun to
Yeah.
see people's reaction to it.
I'll
And
definitely
each
put
time
some
we
time into
do
that.
something, it seems like there's more and more excitement about it. So it's nice just to,
Because I think from what
See
I
that.
understand, I think Martha kind of sets up the apples and
Yep.
kind of lets us know when that's getting ready and how much they're going to be, and
Yeah.
and we can adjust how many we can buy
And it's
You
from
know.
Kustra's, our local guy over off Maple Island Road,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
So
Support
yeah,
local
it's like I
guys,
said,
too.
I believe it's becoming more well-known throughout the thing, because people are, you know, like,
Talking about it.
Yeah, and we keep track of who comes and takes.
yeah.
And then turn that in, and that number kind of just continues to get a little bigger every time, which is good, which is what we want.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to make a motion to approve senior millage as written.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Well, that one was easy. All right, where are we at? Okay, that's the new business. We'll go to the unfinished business. I didn't know whether this was unfinished or reoccurring, but we're really gonna put a lot of effort and conversation and work into getting a very good mower, leaf cleaning system, and a trailer to haul it, because we're gonna put some time and effort into that other cemetery over on Ewing Road that just needs some work. We've got a lot of views on which way we're going right now, but that's fine, because we're all good with that, and we're gonna hammer it out and get it down to something that's usable, presentable. But the reason we decided this was because from last I knew, we were paying preferred. I want to say it was 22 or 2,300 a season to come get rid of leaves. Well, yeah, we're hoping that, you know, what we put together here, probably within 2 seasons, we broke even, and now the next year we're actually saving money. And we just want to make sure we got stuff that's gonna last more than a couple of years, so that we don't have to replace it every couple of years. So Brian has kind of took charge and ran with it, and he's been feeding me information. But anybody
Getting a lot of
With
conversation needed on it. We have
information is more than welcome to chip in, because
Absolutely.
that's what we're looking for, is the best bang for the buck, of course, but not to be, how do I want to say it? We don't want to undercut ourselves either. So
So the rec committee and the township built a beautiful park for us. It's beautiful. A lot of work went into it. When I first came on the board, I mentioned this is gonna take a big amount of work for us to maintain it and keep it beautified, which is amazing. I've talked to multiple people that I work with and people in our community. They've came down, some not in our township. They're still frequently using it. So we want to maintain it. The equipment we want to purchase, we want to make sure that it's industrial grade. And when you look at industrial grade equipment, you will get sticker shock. With that, once we purchase this, we're going to need to keep it maintained. We can have a local group do it per manufacturer's recommendations and stay on top of it. We don't want to buy a cheap one and have it broken when we have a big event, or parts breaking on it being a safety issue. I feel we need to really stay on top of this piece of equipment, because it's going to be utilized to beautify. And when we have events, we're talking about hiring some high school kids to work out there with their hands, to learn maybe fixing this or that around here, learn how to cut grass, trim weeds, do whatever. I mean, hardcore work. I think that's a great idea with a supervisor, which we've kind of already appointed.
yep.
So with that, when it comes to the trailer, there is a multitude of trailers and a multitude of quality of trailers. You can buy a very cheap trailer that can have an axle brake, the wheel bearings go down, the clasps don't hold the weight that you need. You can go extremely expensive, which we don't need. I think they're called class 5s, but we need to purchase something that in 10, 15 years, it's still over in the pole barn and usable for the people that are going to be walking our footsteps after this. To buy something very inexpensive and have it break while maybe the assistants driving it and put them in the ditch or something like that, that's a worry of mine. I've been around equipment my whole life and such. You get what you pay for. in this situation. And if we maintain it, it will be a good product for a long time. I'm excited about the park. You know, basically, I was going to talk about maybe a big grand opening next year and inviting people down to see it. I know we've done a lot of things out there. I keep telling people in my community about it. Some are like, "Oh, I heard about it." Then they come out and look at it, and everybody's just, you know, amazed at what we have. So my statement on that, we got to buy industrial grade equipment to make sure that it lasts. We owe that to the people of this township to be frugal and very meticulous with their money. So as we bring these prices in, be prepared for sticker shock. This group is going to determine with a vote of what we want and how we move forward. So I just wanted to leave you at that.
And once again, everybody's view is as important as the next, so, yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
Nope, go ahead.
I was looking at this quote from Raymond. I just happen to own the exact same
I do too.
lawnmower here.
It's parked in my garage, broken.
I would not recommend this.
I wouldn't either.
Okay,
Hers is
there we
parked in
go.
her garage.
Well, honestly, I didn't explain to Bill when he was getting that what we were really looking for, because that's just a regular lawn
Grinder.
tractor.
Yeah, and
It's not even a zero turn or,
Mine's been
The-
broken
any
like 3 or 4
industrial-
times.
you know, the motor and all that stuff is pretty solid on there, but I've had a lot of trouble with the deck on this. I've had it for about 4 years now. I would not recommend it for doing something like this. Would be
It
way
wouldn't.
farther use than what I use it for.
When I reach out, I say I'm looking for industrial, tell them it's for the township. There's a fleet price that most places can give you, which means the other place cannot underquote you, but we still are going to need to get multiple. And for a good zero turn, that's rugged, you're looking at $12,000 to $18,000. That's what they run.
and that's the sticker shock.
Yeah, and that's not out of line for what you get.
No, when you,
You know,
like I said,
because
when you
some of
start
us-
talking industrial, you've changed the entire platform. I
Yep.
mean, this isn't your little tinny deck. I mean,
It's
you
got
got,
my
you
busted
got
Husqvarna, that's for sure.
some beast around it.
Yeah, like I said, I'm happy with it for myself, but like I said, I know it would never hold up for out
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
here doing the
Mine
park.
hasn't ran in 5 years. I bought a new one and it's still sitting in my barn.
So I'll start gathering and getting the same style tractor quotes from different facilities. I think as a fleet price, maybe somebody's blowing one out or something. I did get a quote for one real quick. It was last year's model, 18 grand. Right now it's 12.5. Trying to move it, right?
Mhm.
So there is some movement in the fleet prices, but I'd like to talk with local people too. You know, I'm gonna get a little bit more aggressive on it. Make sure we have it for the spring. So feel free to do some studying, talk to people what they own. I own an Exmark, paid way more money than I wanted for it, but it cut my cutting down by half. I've had it maintained, I've had zero problems with it. And that's really what you want when you're paying somebody to come cut your grass. Oh, the tractor's broken today. Well, then we gotta find them something to do, or they're out there trying to work on the tractor, which we don't want. You know, we're gonna want a professional place to do it to make sure that it's done safely. And I do know that like Muskegon County, when they purchase their mowers and such, it is an extreme amount of money. So we don't need that, because we're not running them every day constant, but we need the industrial grade, good quality. But if this board decides they don't want to spend that, then I can adjust and I can look at some lower ones.
I think we just look at a couple, like get some prices on all of them, right? And
Yeah, oh yeah, that's, I
Okay.
said, we
No,
got
just
till
discuss
spring
it.
really to
yeah,
start
have the conversation.
knocking it down.
Yeah, because I agree. I mean, we don't want to cheap out on it and make a bigger project for ourselves than anything, you know. So just due diligence is all.
Mhm.
I talked to one group and they said, I won't even quote you right now. I don't have the prices for the 25s. Call me back in a month and we'll talk about it. He says, but I will warn you, if you wait too far into the spring, then the contractors snap up everything he's got. He says a lot of the contractors snowplow, which I didn't realize. So then once they get done with snowplowing, then they focus on their lawn equipment. And he goes, and I just have a mad dash, and a lot of times I run low on stuff. So we probably don't want to drag our feet too long.
So this is just information and we'll.
This is
Just
just
information.
information
Talk
right
about it
now.
again
We're
next
gonna
month.
probably discuss this 2-3 more times.
Unless we wanted to talk about a budget.
We do need to figure out some work session dates to get together and start talking
For the
about the
budget.
budget.
Yep. We need a budget on that, and if we wanna talk about a budget on the trailer and the lawn,
Yeah,
So
say
that-
whatever we decide on can't exceed X amount of dollars, you know, then.
Right.
I'd say we gather the information,
Mhm.
we get it passed out, and then we all
Just do a
evaluate it,
realistic
and then we come
yeah.
back together and we determine what
Sure.
we wanna do.
What size trailer are you recommending?
I wanted to ensure we got one that can haul that industrial mower, so I'll get the weight on it and such. I was looking at tandem axle. I'd like to go galvanized, a good American-built trailer. I think they're anywhere from $6,500 to $8,500 for really good ones. Now, if we decide, we don't know what the future could bring. Potentially, we could get a real nice small tractor with a backhoe. And if we wanted to move that, we'd ensure that that trailer could handle it. So I was kind of talking to the trailer guys, what can I haul with this, what can I do with this, to ensure that we don't underbuy or overbuy. So if we have some other venues or something, or we decide we want to do something out here with like more of a tractor style thing, I would like us to have the capabilities to move it, or who knows what's coming in the future. So that was looking at tandem axles.
I like that idea for sure. Single axles,
No,
not fun.
and I would say probably at least 16 foot.
Yeah. And I'll talk to the trailer guys and tell them what we're looking at purchasing, and then if we was maybe to move to, you know, like something like Andy's got that I'm jealous of, if we wanted to move something like that, which is a small tractor with a
Yeah.
bucket and a backhoe, we might find someday down the road that we wanted to maintain this. We got a beautiful pole barn we can store our stuff in, which also helps it last a lot longer now.
Oh,
Instead
yeah.
of parked outside.
Yeah, I think 16 foot would probably be a bit small. I think 18 foot would probably be a better
Okay.
target to shoot at.
Not, yeah.
Because then if we have a 16 footer, if we, let's say our truck breaks down over here and one of us wants to go over and pick it up and bring it to a garage or something, a 16 footer is not gonna do it. With an 18 footer, you're gonna be able to get a vehicle, such as the pickup truck and stuff on it, if we need to. Hopefully we never do, but
Right.
you never know. So I would look at a minimum of 18.
Okay. Alright.
And then, why there's so many of those around.
Yes. And I would
Yeah.
advise against purchasing a used trailer. They are out there. The prices are very reasonable. You don't know what the bearings are. You don't know what's been used for. It could have cracks in the substructure. There's a whole lot that goes into
There's a reason they're selling them.
sometimes. Sometimes they just upgrade it, but I mean, I would recommend purchasing a new one than having it inspected or having the bearings done once a year, twice a year to ensure that they're all good. That's it.
Alrighty.
Okay. Very good.
I feel that was covered very well. So, let's see. Guess we kind of did the board comment things, but we can do those. We have no recurring business, so we'll go board comments. Gary?
Nothing at this time.
Heather?
Just a reminder that we should set up some dates for work sessions.
Yes.
Budget season.
Yep.
Right.
Budget season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
It can take a while to hammer everything out, so.
Mhm.
Alright. Myself, I just, even though it's a pretty light crowd tonight, I just appreciate anybody, anytime they come out and sit in on these. We just, this is how not only us with Andy filming and stuff, but word of mouth moves through this township way easier than anything else. So, thank you.
I just have one comment, just to let you know that we.
It's not public comment yet either.
She's getting the pass, I see.
Cindy Briggs, 6420 Fisk Road. I just wanted to let you know that we use the trailer to pick up all of the food from Jack's. Just to let you know that we, load up a trailer and because there is a lot of food. It's
Okay.
usually about what, $5,000 worth of food, and they give it to us at cost
Okay,
for the senior millage, just let you know.
thank you, yeah, awesome.
Hopefully we'll have one by that time.
Is that a
but if
covered
we
trailer?
don't-
No,
No.
it's not.
Oh, it's open.
We just
Right.
used Ron's before, you know,
Okay.
it's
All right.
just,
I have a dump trailer that we can use if we need
I
it,
may
if
have
we don't have
access
ours
to
yet, so
a box
Thank
trailer, a
you.
covered trailer too.
that would be nice.
Okay, that was it for me. Heather, you got anything?
I don't have much. I'm sure you guys saw that I printed out these brochures for the conference. Take a look at it. It's in Grand Rapids this year. See if there's anything that might strike your fancy about going and signing up for it. And just let me know if you want to get registered. I'll get everybody registered that wants to go, or if there's any questions or anything on it. I haven't looked that hard at it, so I don't know too much about their educational sessions.
Do we
or
have to approve
anything.
monies for that? Or has it been approved in the budget last year?
I believe was approved in the budget last year.
I thought so too.
I thought so.
I don't think we have to do a special separate approval for it. We approve an amount that
Yep.
we spend on education.
Okay.
I believe there's some new official training, the first day, so that might be helpful. I thought I saw that.
On that
But
Monday, right? I think I saw
yeah,
that too.
yeah, but there's a lot of education, so if you're able to go, you'll learn a lot. It's a lot to soak in, take lots of notes.
Yes,
But-
you meet other people too. That it's good to have
Yeah,
conversations
good
with them
networking
too.
too,
Yeah.
yep.
Talk to all different sizes and stuff. The township, so
Mhm.
it might be a little bit less dry than the one that you
Well,
guys went to. in
that one I
Muskegon.
went to, yeah, they had its little spots where you were just like, okay, you know. But then
Yeah.
a lot of stuff that I'd already, just that one day thing, already opened me up to
Yeah.
understanding just the couple of
Sure.
months I've been doing this.
Sure, and that's how I went the first year that I started. This was in Traverse City, and we all went, and I thought that it was excellent. Getting started and having no idea what local government was,
Oh, yeah,
right?
exactly.
It was
Yeah.
phenomenal to go, and it was kind of, it was up in Traverse City, so it was a nice environment and atmosphere too, to just kind of be able to focus on the learning and, the conference itself. So this is in Grand Rapids, a little bit more close to home, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. So just take a look. Do you have any questions?
Okay.
But I think that we have to sign you up through MTA, so if you want to get signed up, just let me know.
The sooner the better, because registration is open now.
Right,
Yeah, I was
and
gonna say, it
housing
looks like it
starts
just
if we want to
opened
stay
the second,
downtown.
yeah.
The 23rd or something, I think, of January, but soon. It was a bigger deal when it was in Traverse City because we wanted to be on site if we could. But,
Right.
So, but that's all I have.
Brian?
A follow up on Chuck, thank you for braving the roads coming out. Comment you made that word of mouth travels fast in small and large communities, which is great. Also pay attention to our website. Thank you, Andy, for running that website and taking care of that. And again, everybody, thank you for this. This is
Yeah, that's
absolutely
phenomenal. That's gonna
amazing.
be extremely helpful.
And I say it and I will continue to say it. There's a lot of work that goes in to make this township move, and a lot of people that you never see. And they do an amazing job. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody on the subcommittees, and thank you for showing up.
All right, now Cindy, would you like to say something?
no. I do not.
Any public comments at all?
No.
Good evening, I'd like to introduce myself. Oh. Good evening, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Brett Herman, 11385 Sherman, Ravenna Township. I'm the county commissioner for our district. And running a little bit late, we had 2 meetings in Muskegon at Baker, got out about 22, and then it was River Road coming up here, so. Anyway, here to introduce myself. They're reprinting business cards. There was an oopsie on them, but I hope to attend more meetings. Anything, give me a shout. I'm here to work with you guys. Anything, holler.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And kudos to this dude.
I'm Andy O'Reilly. I live at 6420 Fisk with, you know, we won't put her on camera anymore. The only thing I'd like to ask is that with that senior millage budget, if we're gonna go the gift card route, could we think a little bit more about our more local restaurants? I'm thinking Overboard, I'm thinking Pizza Mill, I'm thinking, Black Lotus, all these smaller restaurants up around here that are really our local restaurants. Russ's is a nice chain, and it's really a great place for older people to go and eat, but it's really not locally owned. And to put that money right back into our community is really the goal of the entire senior millage. So if we could maybe look into that, if Russ's comes to be a problem or whatever, I think that would be equally, if not better, for all of us to put that money toward that. What was the other thing I was going to say? Congratulations to Brett Herman. I ran against him in this last county commissioner race, and I found with Brett nothing other than a trustworthy, honest, and very dedicated, good human. And I think that having him here with us in Cedar Creek to look out for our needs at the county level is a great thing. I welcome him as not only a competitor, but as a friend now that the race is over. And I'll stick with Brett on anything he needs help with. So I think we've really got a great asset in Brett now at the county level. So just trust him. Thanks.
Andy, touching, thank you.
Anybody else? I believe that's it, and we will call adjournment.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn, yeah.
Second.